For round 2 of this year's British Rallycross Championship, we come to Lydden Hill in Kent, the spiritual home of the sport and a venue that always lends itself to all-action racing. Last time out at Croft, it was the Supercars that took up attention. Former British touring car racer Warren Scott involved in the action against local hero Kevin Proctor. But through it all, Nathan Heathcote, first time out in a supercar, he was the man to beat. Ollie O'Donovan got involved with Warren Scott, turned the Citroën around, and that put the former bike and touring car racer to the back of the pack. As local ace, Kevin Proctor did his best to get onto terms with Nathan Heathcote, to no avail. It means that Heathcote heads the championship by 3 points coming to Lydden. Kevin Proctor second, Ollie O'Donovan is third. Lydden is a great venue. It always delivers good action in Rallycross, and today even more so because it's one of the few venues that uses a joker lap, a longer lap that you have to use once in each race, along of course with the mix of loose and tarmac surfaces. Kevin Proctor on pole position, Julian Godfrey second, Steve Hill missing, broken drive shaft we understand on his way to the grid, can you believe? Warren Scott, Ollie Bennett row 2, Double OD, Ollie O'Donovan, Jake Harris, and Mad Mark at the back. Mad Mark is missing, so you've got Ollie Bennett at the back as we go racing. Great start by Warren Scott, he dives through the middle. Kevin Proctor is up the inside of Julian Godfrey and there's contact. Proctor rides up the side of Warren Scott's car. He's on 2 wheels, he forces Scott out wide, but Warren stands his ground and he still leads the way. Fantastic. Proctor is second, third is Julian Godfrey, but that was a big impact into the side of Warren Scott's Citroën. How much damage has that done to his car? How much has it done to Proctor's car? The smoke pouring off the back corner of Warren Scott's car as the bodywork rubs against the tyre. You've got to fear that that's going to go bang at any moment. Kevin Proctor runs second, Julian Godfrey looks to the inside, can't find a way through though. They work their way through paddock. Proctor's car dancing left and right, he's all up the curb there, and he's losing ground relative to Warren Scott because he's also got to defend from Julian Godfrey. They work their way through Cheshunt's Drift, none of them jokering at this point, and Godfrey is back on the tail of Proctor, and I fear that Kevin's car is compromised after that contact. They turn their way now through the Devil's Elbow. Proctor goes wide. Julian Godfrey is right there. Does he commit to the inside line? Yes, he does. Here he comes. Yep, the inside. The two Fiestas are side by side. Proctor is sideways. Godfrey's through. Julian Godfrey, 5 times the British champion, goes second, and Kevin Proctor's dog-eared Fiesta drops back behind him. So, next target for Julian Godfrey is Warren Scott, the race leader. Proctor way wide over the grass as he goes for the joker lap now. So Julian Godfrey chases Warren Scott. Kevin Proctor is going to fall back from them while he serves the joker lap this time. Remember, it was Nathan Heathcote that won at Croft, and after his issues during the day, he's not even on the grid for this race. O'Donovan on the back of Ollie Bennett, turning his way now up through the Devil's Elbow. Bennett just staves him off. The former rally man under attack. Double OD, Ollie O'Donovan goes for the inside. There's just about room. What a move. Ollie O'Donovan breathes in, squeezes through a gap, and having got past the Fiesta, O'Donovan starts to pull clear. He's on a mission, he really is. I mean, look at the way he's going from the back of the grid as well, remember. Bennett this time goes for the joker lap. Behind, Jake Harris goes for the normal run through Cheshunt's. Now, Warren Scott leads Julian Godfrey, but the gap is coming down. Warren Scott's only hope here is to push, 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 and hope that the tyre lasts. Proctor versus Bennett. Proctor stays ahead. Through the Devil's Elbow they turn. There's Warren Scott, who still leads the way. He raced motorbikes, he came into circuit racing in the Lotus Cup, then the British Touring Car Championship. He was a racer, then a racer and a team owner, now a Rallycross driver as well. He leads from Godfrey, but the gap is coming down and down and down. They both serve the joker lap. Godfrey can't find a way past him there because there's just not the width of the road, so he's stuck behind Warren Scott. And there is O'Donovan for the race lead, amazing! Ollie O'Donovan goes through, he leads the way. Godfrey wallops the barriers, destroys the front corner of the car. That's the end of it for Julian Godfrey. Big problems for Godfrey. So O'Donovan leads the way. Warren Scott second. Has that tyre survived? I think it's going, but it looks as though there's just about air in it. But Warren Scott's car is no longer as quick as Ollie O'Donovan, with a slow puncture, at least let's call it that. Warren Scott is on target for second, but Ollie O'Donovan from the back row wins here at Lydden. What a race for the Supercars. Ollie O'Donovan wins, Warren Scott second, Ollie Bennett third ahead of Jake Harris, Kevin Proctor the only other finisher. Wow!
Ollie, you gave us your strategy on the pre-grid before the final and it played out slightly differently, but with an even better result for you.
Unfortunately, we didn't have plan B, so doing the Joker quite early, and I was counting the seconds going up the hill here, and the next time round I'd taken nearly 8 seconds out of them with the boys in front, so I thought, big push, we could just might scrape this in, and I think it was quite close on the join of the Joker from.
Bit of contact in the first corner, but you managed to hold on even with a puncture towards the end.
Yeah, we had a great start. Liam and the boys set it up for me, which with the boost we had to get off the line with as little. I just pushed as hard as I could for the laps that I did have a tyre on, but the car was mega. A great thanks to the team, Liam, his dad and everyone. They've done a great job, and I'm loving every minute of being here.
Oliver, it takes some people years to finish on the podium in British Championship Supercar, but you've done it in only your second event.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting event. As you probably see on the telly, we had a lot of problems with the start. I jumped the first start actually, so probably all catalyst from me. I guess the race unfolded from there really, and there's a few calamities along the way, so I managed to pick up through, which, yeah, it was good.
2 rounds in, what does this do to the championship? Well, Ollie O'Donovan leads the way, Oliver Bennett second, Kevin Proctor drops to third ahead of Warren Scott and Jake Harris, Julian Godfrey is sixth. We are ready for the final for the MSA Junior Rallycross Championship. Tom Constantine on pole position, Tom Llewellyn is alongside him, and then Ole Henry Steinsholt, the Norwegian, on the outside of row 1 ahead of Tom Middleton and Morgan Root. James Constantine at the back. We are set, ready to go racing. Lights go green, it is blast off, and Tom Llewellyn from the middle of the front row gets the best start. Is he going to be able to move across and defend? Yep, here comes Steinsholt, who leans a bit on Constantine. Tom Llewellyn leads the way. He was fastest in Q3. Constantine quickest in Q1 and Q2, and a bit of bodywork flies off Llewellyn's car. Son of British Rally champion David Llewellyn, Tom is unbeaten in Junior Rallycross. He has had 5 meetings and he has won all 5 of them. Is this extraordinary 100% record going to continue? Well, he's in the box seat, isn't he? Heading uphill here. Heading into the hairpin. All of these identical Suzuki Swifts run together, and some brave stuff lower down the order there, look, because in a real hurry, trying to get himself up the order, is Tom Middleton in 161. They power their way down towards paddock. Ole Henry Steinsholt has dropped back a little bit after that first lap, so he's left himself now with work to do. The bulk of the field use the conventional lap. 1 goes for the Joker, and Llewellyn and Constantine run together as they work their way back across the loose once again. To the Devil's Elbow, nose to tail. Heading uphill, the 2 of them still running together. You can see the damage on the back of Llewellyn's car. Now on the opening lap of the race, some bodywork or trim went flying. There's also damage on the rear, but it's not slowing him. Out of the hairpin, he goes a little bit wide, cuts across and defends all the way downhill now.
Just like this, we did here at the first round. Constantine would love to turn the tables here today.
Ole Henry Steinsholt coming back at them in 3rd place. That gap coming down and down between the top 2 and the Norwegian in 3rd place. Now, Steinsholt goes for the loose, as this time it is Tom Constantine who goes for the Joker lap. Battle on behind. Morgan Root involved in the action, and Tom Constantine, having joined in after the Joker lap, is trying to keep Tom Middleton at bay. Through the Devil's Elbow they turn, heading uphill once more. Now Llewellyn up front, leading the pack. And Morgan Root here coming under attack as well, because behind him is Tom Constantine, who I think will be a bit frustrated with this. He was so quick at the start of the day, looked really strong across Q1 and Q2, but now he doesn't seem to have quite the pace, and of course he's a little bit mired in the traffic. Out of the chicane they come, they're briefly back onto tarmac, but Tom Llewellyn is just so dominant up the road. Steinsholt this time goes for the joker. Morgan Root, who debuted here last year, goes second. And Middleton leans on Steinsholt. That forces him back in the pack. Here comes Constantine up the inside to try and get ahead of Root, but he can't do it. Morgan Root hangs on to the place, and all of these great battles, second, third, fourth, fifth, they're delaying the drivers, and that's playing right into the hands of Tom Llewellyn. He is getting away up front. The gap is widening between first and this great battle pack for second, as again they work their way downhill. But Llewellyn is just looking masterful. Last year he did some junior rallycross and junior rallying. He hasn't perhaps yet decided completely which way he wants to head, but with World Rallycross very much in the ascendancy, this could be the type of sport in which you see him for years to come. Llewellyn serves the joker and he stays ahead. Such was the advantage he had built up. Another mighty impressive drive this by Tom Llewellyn, and he's back onto the tarmac heading down towards the Devil's Elbow. Morgan Root second, and so Constantine quickest in Q1, quickest in Q2, pole position for the final. He's third, and he can't find a way past Root as they head uphill again. He has a look to the inside, can't do it. Touch of understeer as they work their way out of the hairpin, and downhill once again. There's Tom Middleton running in fourth. There is Ole Henry Steinsholt running in fifth, but none can do anything, it seems, about Tom Llewellyn, who is going to make it 6 wins out of 6 rallycross events. Llewellyn wins round 2 of the Junior Championship here at Lydden. A mighty impressive drive again by Tom Llewellyn. Morgan Root comes home second ahead of the Toms, Constantine and Middleton. Ole Henry Steinsholt is fifth ahead of James Constantine. It means that Llewellyn has an 8-point advantage in the championship now over Tom Constantine. Morgan Root third, and then Ole Henry Steinsholt. Welcome back to Lydden as we get ready for the MSA Supernational final here in this year's British Rallycross Championship. Tristan Evenden on pole position, Paige Bellamy, Gary Simpson alongside, Guy Corner and Todd Crooks on the second row. The back row, Mike Howlin, Alan Tapscott and Michael Labedge. We're racing. Good start made by Tristan Evenden. Gary Simpson's a bit slow away, so is Tapscott. Mike Howlin caught in traffic. Tapscott is one of those that serves the joker lap, the one lap everybody has to do on a longer, slower, different configuration of the course. Todd Crooks at the Mini runs out wide. Mike Howlin up the inside of him in the Fiesta as they bounce their way across the loose and hit the tarmac again. All of these cars, two-wheel drive and very spectacular and very rapid, and it's work, work, work all around the Lydden Hill circuit here in Dover. Heading uphill, Todd Crooks in the Mini, but he's losing out a little bit against Mike Howlin as they work their way through the hairpin. Tristan Evenden, though, has been the man to beat, really, so far today. Paige Bellamy was victorious in her semi-final. There's Gary Simpson's BMW, and they blast their way through the chicane. Tapscott through on the inside of Gary Simpson. The Vauxhall Corsa goes ahead of the BMW. The E30 shape is an old car, but a quick car of Gary Simpson. So Tristan Evenden's glorious sounding Clio V6 leads the way. Paige Bellamy second there in the Lotus Exige, and the gap is coming down. Paige won at Croft. Can she do the double? This is Evenden's view, heading up the hill. Hard on the brakes, down through the gears, turn in. Mike Howlin pressing on in the Fiesta, further back in the pack. Somebody off, it's Tapscott. Alan Tapscott goes straight on at the end of the Dover slope into the tyres, into the sand trap. And that is the Devonian Garage owners' race run. So Alan Tapscott going no further. That'll bring out a yellow flag as well, I fear, at that part of the circuit. But up front, Tristan Evenden, no such dramas. On board with Paige Bellamy, working through Chesson's Drift, named after the original circuit owner, Bill Chesson. And then they work their way onto tarmac once again. And that's Evenden going off. The leader has gone and he's got broken suspension. Look, left rear corner has broken. I was about to venture the question, is there oil on the road? Certainly not. It's a broken suspension issue that has put the leader into the gravel, and Paige Bellamy has been gifted the race lead. Amazing. It's going to be 2 out of 2 seemingly for Paige Bellamy. And at the dead car park down at the Devil's Elbow, there are now 2 cars, those of Tapscott and Evenden, going no further. So it's going to be a very jumbled order as Paige Bellamy goes through now onto the last lap of the race, with Guy Corner up into second place after damage early on in the day. Bellamy now serving the joker lap, so through that chicane. Down to first gear, up to second. There's a big step there that you jump down and then accelerate back across the loose onto the tarmac. Guy Corner second, but he's not going to get close enough to challenge. And Todd Crooks could be on for a podium here. The Mini going quite strongly in third place. Helped a little bit, I know, by the demise of 1 or 2, but that car's pace gets better all the time. Gary Simpson, some way back fourth in the BMW. This is Todd Crooks hard at work. Heading uphill as Paige Bellaby uses all of the width of the road, coming down towards Paddock. Turns into the right-hander, accelerates now up towards the checkered flag, and it's going to be 2 out of 2. Paige Bellaby won at Croft. Paige Bellaby wins at Lydden, with Guy Corner taking second. What a race, what a turn-up. Paige Bellaby wins from Guy Corner and Todd Crooks. Gary Simpson fourth, and the only other finisher, Mike Howlin. 2 rounds in, and Paige Bellaby leads the championship, now 14 points ahead of Gary Simpson. 2 back, Guy Corner, another 2 back, Alan Tapscott. Ovenden only 6th. It has been an all-action day here at Lydden. The next stop for the British Rallycross Championship is Pembrey.